A key theme of Visual Studio 2010 Ultimate is no more no repro. The concept of ensuring that bugs found by testers can always be reproduced by the people fixing the bugs. We will start our demonstration in the role of a tester. Our no more no repro theme starts with giving the tester a new tool, Microsoft Test Manager 2010. One of the many things that this new tool does is gather actionable data for bugs logged by testers. The test settings configuration that we are looking at is where we can configure what data should be collected. We have a wide range of data collectors available to us. We can gather data about ASP.NET applications, systems information, the event log, and many others. Let's take a closer look at the way we gather IntelliTrace logs. IntelliTrace is a new feature in Visual Studio 2010 Ultimate that gathers debugging information for us. It's like a black box recorder for applications. IntelliTrace is one of the many ways that Microsoft Test Manager 2010 and Visual Studio 2010 work together to ensure that bugs are found fast and eliminated. We have IntelliTrace configured to provide as much information as possible. As a tester, if we are testing against newly checked-in code, we would use configuration like this to ensure we are gathering as much data as possible in case there is a bug. We have our configuration set, so we can start testing. Let's pick out a manual test and give it a try. Our test runs are indexed by a build. This makes it easier for everyone to understand what code was actually being tested. As soon as we start our test, Microsoft Test Manager 2010 will start gathering data for us. It will look for any new processes that we start, and it will gather data for those processes. As we work through our application and past steps, Microsoft Test Manager 2010 is capturing a running video of what we're doing. If we run into a problem, whomever does the investigation will literally have a bird's eye view of what we were doing. We can also integrate screenshot captures into our test run. These are really helpful for illustrating a difficult to describe problem. For example, they're great for any kind of design issue we might run across. These screenshots are automatically attached to our test run. If we have to create a bug from this test run, it will be automatically attached for us. As we progress through each step of our manual test case, our actions are being recorded. If we want to create an automated test case from these actions, we can easily do so. Things start to get really interesting once we hit a bug. When we try to register a new user, we received an exception from the application. We can simply choose to create a bug right now. The Microsoft Test Manager 2010 data collectors will take a moment to correlate the data they've been gathering for us. All of this data is automatically attached to the bug for us. We literally just need to add a title to the bug. Even our test case is linked to this bug, so we will know what test to run to verify the fix once it becomes available. Now let's switch roles and log in as a developer. From a development point of view, we can really take advantage of this information. Normally as a developer, having a bug assigned to us puts us in a tough spot. We're being told that there is a problem, but we aren't given very much information to start our investigation. If we're lucky, we might have a stack trace, but that's about it. But with Visual Studio 2010 Ultimate and Microsoft Test Manager 2010, things are very different. We have a tremendous amount of information available to us. If we want to see what the tester was doing when the bug occurred, we can literally watch a video. A video like this can show us nuances that are very hard to communicate. However, arguably the most actionable piece of information is the IntelliTrace log. IntelliTrace enables historical debugging. It's like we had the application running in the debugger when the exception occurred. This makes tracking down a problem so much easier. We can see a list of calls that were made prior to the exception, and we can navigate right to the source code. Sometimes a call stack doesn't tell the whole story, so we can look at things from the perspective of events as well. We can see things like what registry keys were read and what values of environment variables were. Understanding the environment that our application was running in when the problem occurred is crucial for tracking down a bug. As we mentioned earlier, these IntelliTrace logs enable us to perform historical debugging. Opening one of these log files actually puts Visual Studio 2010 Ultimate in debug mode. We can use regular debugging windows like our locals window and see the state of the variables when the exception occurred. Tracking down and eliminating bugs is never going to be easy. But what Visual Studio 2010 Ultimate and Microsoft Test Manager 2010 do by working together is ensure that developers have the most information possible. This puts developers in an ideal position to find and fix as many bugs as possible.